the album was the seed that my mom planted when I was a little girl. And now I'm the shoot. And hopefully when I'm 25, it'll be the flower.
There you go.
You know, so it's all a learning experience. Yes, the back room of the big Starfire bus.
You didn't have one of these big buses when I saw you last time.
No, I had a nice little van. Gave me back problems for days. Man, driving through Montana, and there was not one hotel, motel, hole in the wall, like no kind person to take us in. Nobody, nothing at all. And we had to drive all through Montana all night in this van. And this is like me and my whole band, which is like 6 people, counting my sound guy. I mean, it's more now with my drummer, but whew, crazy.
So your first record on EMI Records, CD I guess I should say these days, The Divine Comedy. It's a lot different than your live sound. You worked with a lot of different folks on it, Rupert Hines, Martha Davis on some vocals. How was that recording it, first of all?
You know, it was a wonderful experience. Definitely a learning experience. I mean, I was 16 when I finished that album, so it was definitely my first real experiences in a recording studio. And I wrote the songs, and I knew what I wanted to hear, but back then I didn't know how to bring it about. I just knew that I loved, the Kate Bush albums, and I loved the Cocteau Twins and Simon and Garfunkel, and that, Neil Young. I knew what I wanted to hear, but not how to bring it out, and so I had to depend more on my producers. So the next album is just going to be so strong because it's so much closer to who I am now. I mean, it's funny to sing these songs because I've got so much new material that I'd love to be singing up there. Just stuff that I'm working on with my band. It's more true to who I am. It's more, I just think the live performance is a lot more honest. It's really...
Right after that, you picked up the Crash Test Dummies tour. How did that go?
Well, great. And really, my first experience in a big auditorium was probably Life Beat, which was really hectic because my first show in America, and it was just really crazy with all these incredible Sarah McLachlan and Seal and like all these incredible artists. And I came out with my band, and they put us on opposite sides of the stage, so there wasn't that, me and my band, we like to stick together. And the monitors were totally screwed up, and I couldn't hear anything, so it was just so scary for me. I was totally shaking. So Crash Test Dummies was a great tour because it really gave us the experience of playing in big auditoriums and really discovering ourselves as a band, because it's hard in little venues to really move around. It's very tight, very closed, and I'm a very outgoing, expressive person on stage, and I like to spin and do things. And
I guess, as you said, most of the songs had been written without the band or not in the band environment,
no, I didn't even have a band when they recorded the album. I mean, all my whole, like, music thing has been backwards. I got my development deal when I was 14, and by the time I started writing the songs, because I worked with different producers that were giving me this, let's just call it stuff to sing, and I'd come home just bawling from the studio, just going, why am I doing this? I wanted to do music to express myself. If I wanted to have a hit, like the record company wants, I could be modeling every day to make money. I don't need to do this for the sake of having a hit. I want to put my poetry to music. I want to write. I want to create. So it was really a very, very psychological, emotional thing for me, especially at that age. I mean, you're so young, and it's so, I don't know why it's really corny saying tender, but it would be really hard to give my words to a producer and watch him go, why don't you do this, and he'll give it to his girlfriend, she'll write some more. It was really, actually one of them said, Milla, I like all this abstract stuff you're writing, but I want to make money too. I don't want to be totally abstract so nobody hears it. And when I heard that, I knew that there was, you call me stupid, but I knew that there was something wrong at that point.
The new video is out for Gentleman Who Fell. Great video.
Isn't it? I mean, what a difference.
I know that the first one was less than great for you.
Well, I thought it was a really pretty video and stuff.
Lisa Bonet directed that, right?
But you know, when I originally chose Lisa Bonet, it was from seeing her Let Love Rule video for Lenny Kravitz, which she directed, and that's what I thought, just Super 8 and just really simple performance and just, you know, and then, you know, it just got so soft lighting and flowing hair and beautiful nightgowns, and it just, you know, which is really beautiful, but it just wasn't, you know, the video, the direction came with the music. You know, she was more taking her inspiration from the music when I think should have been from the lyrics, which are a lot darker. The music is really pretty, and that's, you know, a very conscious thing. I love beautiful music, and just to balance off my lyrics, because my lyrics sometimes are less than pretty, so it's nice to have, you know, the pretty music kind of giving it that edge. So when the video needed to be more on my lyrics, a lot more edgy, a lot more dark, and not so flowing and pretty, and needed that balance.
For Milla, EMI recording artist.